Hey artists, here's your demonstration for blending and mixing colors from your worksheet here. We'll be working with our 12 colored pencil set that was in your art kit. And we're going to go through this from top to bottom. So if you didn't get the art kit and you don't have this worksheet, then you're going to draw similar boxes and make sure you have the same information. And you're going to use the colored pencils that are available to you, but you should have at least a 12 color set. So starting at the top, we are practicing with a black colored pencil, getting it to go from dark to light and then back to dark again. You'll be able to achieve this by varying the pressure on that pencil. So here is my black colored pencil, and I want to start and press as hard as I possibly can. And knowing that I need to get to light here, so super, super pale, what I do not want to do is make my dark stop this quickly. That is too quickly. I'm going to have to spend a little more time on that. Notice that I'm using short overlapping pencil strokes. I am not doing super long strokes. They will show up. The goal is to have, as you can see, smooth or transitioning colors without a sharp contrast. So they should be gradually fading. So I'm gently lightening up my pressure as I get closer to the middle of this box. And if you don't want to see the ends of some of these strokes, because I see a few ends, although it's not terrible, you can smudge with a finger. That frequently helps, or you can color in a different direction. That helps to obliterate some of that information. I am a little concerned about that middle though, so you can always lighten up colored pencil somewhat with an eraser. It won't take it away 100%, but I can soften that back up. Now I'm going to work my way back towards dark again. So you should have this smooth, even transition with no lines and no marks, no boxes dividing things up, from dark to light and back to dark. Now, moving on to blending with colored pencils. So not just black. We're going to work our way around the color wheel, starting with red, overlapping that with orange to make a red orange, overlapping orange with yellow to make a yellow orange. And then over here, we're going to go from green to blue with a blue-green in between, and then blue to purple with a blue-purple in between, or violet, and then ending with a red-violet over here. So that would mean I would go ahead and grab my red colored pencil. Please notice that in this set, the red is this one. This is pink. It's a dark pink. Make sure you're not grabbing pink. And you're using the same concept when you're blending the colors as you were when you were blending the black, starting pressing hard and lightening up, because you're going to be overlapping with orange. So I just want some red here, but what I don't want is my red orange to be lighter, like a sherbet color. I want an equal intensity. I just want my red to mix with the orange there. So now I can switch over to my orange pencil. I want to go ahead and make my dark, dark orange section. That'll help me to see what the other half needs to look like. And then I'm going to bring it into the middle, pressing lighter. But I don't want to leave any kind of line. I'm seeing kind of a line here and here. So I need to transition that by blending across that edge. And I might need to go back with my red and touch that up as well. So now that I'm happy with that, I can now go ahead and continue on. When I get to my greens, this set has two greens, more of a forest green and more of a grass green. I want you to work with more of your grass green. And also when you get to blue, there's a dark blue and a sky blue. The sky blue is not going to be appropriate for this worksheet. I shouldn't see any white paper coming through your coloring. So make sure you're pressing hard enough to make vibrant, rich colors. Violet should be obvious to you. That's purple. Don't let this red violet throw you off. This purple is a little bit pale. It's not as rich as I would like it to be. And when mixed with that apple red, it tends to look kind of dull and orangey. But that is what you're going to get from this set of colored pencils. So, last but not least, the worksheet has you practice mixing two colors to create another. So, if you have blue and red, when you mix them together, you should get purple. When you have red and orange, and you mix them together, you'll get a tertiary color known as red-orange. So each of these boxes gets to be solid on the left and right. The middle is where you're overlapping two pencils to mix. So I'll show you what that looked like. For your blue, again, I'd like you to use the solid blue, or the dark blue, I should say. Practice getting an even color in each box so that you overlap and blend your own pencil strokes together. So you don't see any lines, you don't see any white paper. That is incredibly important when working with colored pencils. That's how you demonstrate good craftsmanship. It's short enough and varied enough pencil strokes that overlap and mix together. So in my blended box, notice I did lighter red than I did on this side. I'm going to go ahead and add blue on top. Remember, we discussed this red is kind of orangish. So this is not the prettiest. This might have been better with blue and yellow even to make a green. Because what's happening here is not pretty. I'm definitely getting a liney look, so I want to try to combat that by going across it in another direction. But you can only put down so much colored pencil because they are wax-based. They eventually start to just repel anything else that's going on top. Once you've layered enough on, you can do no more. And I'm about to reach that point of saturation where I can add no more color. And there's my best possible attempt at purple. Last but not least, red and orange down here to make a lovely tertiary red-orange. That should be no problem. This red pencil, except for that bit of blue on it, has already got a tiny bit. It's a warm red, if you will. It's already got that orangish hint to it. So it should do a great job of blending with orange, as we saw from above. And now in the middle, I'm going to go light orange so that I can still layer the red on top and not oversaturate the paper before I get some red in there. But I don't want this whole color to be pale, so I need to make sure that there's still no white paper showing through, just like the boxes on the left and right sides. and get all the way up to the edges so that I have completed my entire blending and mixing colors worksheet.